What's up guys? This is my first YouTube video ever. In this video I am going to go through a Retropop slash Synthwave song that I did yesterday. Now, unfortunately I didn't film myself writing the actual piece of music, but I'm gonna go through it now, the actual FL Studio file, and show you piece by piece of how it's compiled and what I kind of wrote in what specific order. Now, the link for the audio is in the description down below, so be sure to check that out if you like it. And if you like this video or that, give it a like and subscribe. Cool, let's get to it.
Alright, so what's up guys? We're here at the FL Studio main view, and I loaded up the file that I'm about to show to you in advance, so this would be a bit quicker. Let's start with the first thing. This is the first thing I did in this song, and this part. And I kind of had in mind to do like a totally different type of song, like a clubby, kind of a clubby song. But this came out differently, and basically the actual first thing I did was these two patterns, and this is a kick snare pattern that I just compiled. Alright, really basic. One thing I'm gonna show you I haven't seen anyone else do is when I do a snare sound, I kind of almost always compile it out of two sounds, and it consists about the actual snare, like that, and I didn't like the high end of the snare, and as you can hear I kind of cut it out, so it's only the mid section that's going around over there, and I replaced the high with a clap, and I added a convolver reverb to the clap. Like this is a really nice reverb, and there's a lot of these apparently on different channels, so it seems. But yeah, so I did that, and it kind of sounds different, or it sounds fuller to me, and it kind of fills the soundscape also. Alright, the bass drum sample is from a built-in plugin called, the bass drum in FL Studio. You can find 100 different presets. You can tweak everything. It's really tweakable. You'll get really nice retro bass drum sounds out of it. Alright, so moving forward, after that I did the bass line, and this is a really basic bass line. Goes 16th notes, and I just wanted it to go like so the first two are accented, and then it's kind of declining volume on the next two in the riff. So this is what it sounds like. Alright, and this comes from a plugin called Poison. It's also comes with FL Studio. After these three elements, I kind of listened to it. And I decided there has to be something more, so I added a bunch of congas and whatever percussive elements. Like that. And these come from a plugin called Addictive Drums 2, which is an awesome plugin. I'm not going into it really deep. I can do a video about that also. It almost needs its own video. It's ridiculous. Alright, so that's the first part of the song. I'm probably going to do an intro later after vocals and all that, but I'm not sure about the vocals, who's going to do it in that. So after the first part, after the first four beats, I decided this needs like a lead thing, and I wrote a piano melody on that, and this is what that melody sounds like. It's not that. Come on. Alright, over here. Alright, it's basically that looping two times, and then there's some things on the top. And this might seem complicated to someone, and this part as well, but it's not that. I only had 4 notes, right? And then you just add to them. And when you've been doing music for a long time, you kind of know that if you want to do a chord out of this note, you go like that, you know? So you just kind of play with it, and you'll get it. And so this is that part. The bass line also changes with it, so it'll just follow the piano, and there's a small kind of accent in the. I really like doing these when I do. There's 4 beats, and then there's 16 beats, and then there's the last 4 of them is like an accent pattern, like that. And all right. So the next part after this is kind of where it starts to move, and I did that by just adding a hi-hat to it. And this is a really simple hi-hat, but it took me a long time. I think the hi-hat is one of the most important aspects, because it gives the beat certain aggression, and you can kind of control the tempo of the song without touching the actual tempo. You can make it fast or slow, even if it's 100 or 150, it doesn't really matter. And it kind of defines the speed in the beat, in my perspective. And how I did this I just added 16th notes, and I wanted them to go like like that. So the first, the third, the first, the third is also always accented. But then I wanted more groove into it, so I made this like pattern in the middle, and then one over here, and then the same over here. Actually, this should be over here. So it sounds like this. See, it kind of grooves more. And yeah, and this is just like this is another riff. It's just there to fill the scene. You can't even hear. It's just mumbling or like yeah, you'll get it. And these automations are just copies of this automation, and this is like a crucial part before the chorus, and you'll hear this actual riff over here. So after this goes 2 times the same as here with the hi-hat, then it goes into a breakdown, and here you can hear this riff. Like that. And that's just a breakdown. I really like breakdowns. I usually do them a lot in different songs, and they give the song so much dynamic. Like, for instance, here, if I just put this whole block and attach it here, it wouldn't have the same effect by far. Okay, so after that, and this is just the basic riff. This is just repeats that. This sound comes from a plugin called Predator. Really love this Rob Haven Predator. You can get whatever sounds, like retro sounds, hip-hop sounds, whatever sounds out of that. That's a really, really all-around plugin. Really cool. So the next part is the chorus. And on the chorus, I'm going to go ahead and this stays the same. This stays the same. Snare stays the same. Percussive stays the same, and this is only this changes. And what I did is I wanted first a synth that kind of fills the scene, so makes it big. And I did this sound with the Predator. This is a really cool sound, like a retro synth sound. That. Then I made a lead sound out of that, or into that. Like that. And then I had to, because I'm a guitarist, I had to play guitar over on top of that. and then it's just 2 times that, and then the only thing that changes is this, the lead goes like that. And when I write something like this, and I have someone watch when I write it, they're like, how can you do that? Like, how can you do this? And it's just, you just hear it. It's not something you can, or I guess you can learn it by theory or something, but I just write this by hearing it. I go like that. I just go and I'll do the next video I'm gonna do is me making a beat from scratch, so you can see it. And alright, so when that ends, it goes into this really smooth dynamic where there's only percussive elements and bass. So, and I really like the convolver reverb because it's a really natural reverb, and it kind of stays on top of everything else, but it's not annoying at all. It actually goes somewhere over here, like from this part, like that. Yeah. After that, it's the first verse riff all over again, except the only thing that changes is the piano goes high this time. So over at the first part, what I did was the piano just did the low part 2 times, and over here, the next kind of circle it does is there's high notes added. Then it's the chorus all over again, and after the chorus, there's just like a repeating pattern. I kind of have a vocal idea on this, and that's why I didn't end it at the chorus. So this is the last thing that comes, and then there should be some vocals on top of this. I was thinking of doing like vocoder, like Kavinsky type vocoder things on that or something. I don't know. Alright, well, that's the video, guys, and I hope you got something out of it. As you can see, I really do a lot more minimalistic things than a lot of people that I've watched videos where they have like 180 layers of automation and all that. I don't do that a lot. I used to do a lot more automation, but then I'm trying to kind of figure it out somehow else than doing automation. I don't know why, but I just feel that's a pain in the ass to do automation, and it doesn't really contribute that much. Maybe in trance or something else, but not in this kind of music. Okay, cool.
Alright guys, so that was the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see videos like this in the future, leave me a comment down below. And like I said, this is the first YouTube video I've done, so bear with me if there's some editing issues, or if my sound doesn't come out, or if you have any worries, just let me know, alright? And if you like the video or dislike the video, just leave it appropriate mark, and please subscribe. Cool. See you on the next video.